Hey everyone, I'm back. So it's been a busy couple of days, and I'm going to read September 5th entry from Hope for Today, Courage to Change, and One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. Gotta catch up on all these readings now. Okay, September 5th. Did I say 15 or 5th? Excuse me. So September 5th is on page 249 for Hope for Today, Courage to Change, and One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, 249. So if you want to go ahead and read along with me, first one I'm going to read is from Hope for Today. Here it goes. The first slogans I heard were just for today and one day at a time. I thought they applied to other people, not to me. It took step 3 work and faith in my higher power to become honest. In step 4, I realized I was stuck in the past. My daily thoughts were usually about plans for the next day, week, or even month. I always anticipated tomorrow to the point where it became my today. I'd get so caught up in what I was going to do that I often wasn't aware of what I was doing now. Let me underline that. I'd get so caught up in what I was going to do that I often wasn't aware of what I was doing now. After realizing this character defect and asking my higher power to remove it each day I have is usually better than the one before. I give thanks for the little joys in each day. I still make plans, but I don't let my thoughts erase the present. Anticipation is sweet, but not at the cost of today. When I look back on this in the context of alcoholism, I understand why I behaved as I did. With all the awful happenings at home, there were many days I didn't want to experience. As a child, I had limited options, so the best way to escape was to flee into the possibility of a better tomorrow. I have different choices now. I know enjoying my day and doing the right thing for myself and my higher power is the best plan for an even better tomorrow. Thought for the day. Just for today, I choose to enjoy all this day has to offer. If I don't like the offering, I'll ask my higher power to help me adjust my attitude. Quote, I will keep always in mind that today is my sole concern, and that I will make it as good a day as I can. That quote is One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, page 79. This is a really good reading about living life one day at a time and being present, being in the moment, being authentic, because usually as a human, my mind always lingers, always worries. I get in my head and I think about I live in tomorrow or I live in yesterday. I really like this quote. I always anticipated tomorrow to the point where it became my today. I'd get so caught up in what I was going to do that I often wasn't aware of what I was doing now. And also, I will keep always in mind that today is my sole concern, and that I will make it as good a day as I can. Yep, it is really good. Okay, I'll move on now to Courage to Change, which is on the same page, pretty convenient. Page 249. Okay, September 5th entry. Here it goes. When I began studying the 7th step, which says, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings, my list of shortcomings included an extensive catalog of feelings. I humbly asked God to remove my anger, fear, and guilt. Guilt is a big one for me. I looked forward to the day when I would never experience any of these emotions again. Of course, that day never arrived. Instead, I have learned that feelings aren't shortcomings. The true nature of my problem was my stubborn refusal to acknowledge feelings, to accept them, and to let them go. I have very little power over what feelings arise, but what I choose to do about them is my responsibility. Today, I can accept my feelings, share about them with others, recognize that they are feelings, not facts, and then let them go. I'm no longer stuck in a state of seemingly endless rage or self-pity. For when I give myself permission to feel whatever I feel, the feelings pass. My emotions have not been removed. Instead, I have been relieved of shortcomings that blocked my self-acceptance. I like that. I'll read that again. My emotions have not been removed. Instead, I have been relieved of shortcomings that blocked my self-acceptance. Alright, today's reminder. When I take the 7th step, I pray that whatever interferes with my higher power's will for me may be removed. I don't have to have all the answers. I need only to be willing. Quote, we didn't necessarily get the results we wanted, but somehow we always seemed to get what we needed. Oh, I love that. So this one is about the 7th step, and basically accepting shortcomings and letting that go. One of the sentences that stands out to me is, the true nature of my problem was my stubborn refusal to acknowledge feelings, to accept them, and to let them go. So as a codependent, I definitely have a hard time letting things go. Sorry about that. It's my phone. So that is the reading from Courage to Change. I will move on to One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. Page 249. So much of what there is to learn in Al-Anon has to do with discovering myself, the real person I am. One Greek philosopher said simply, know thyself. Another, we would have inward peace, but will not look within. I'm going to read that again. So much of what there is to learn in Al-Anon has to do with discovering myself, the real person I am. One Greek philosopher said simply, know thyself. Another, we would have inward peace, but will not look within. Complete self-knowledge is impossible, but the looking within will open our eyes to many possible improvements. It is difficult because we're afraid we won't like what we see, and we may have misgivings about being able to change ourselves. Yet, what we may find when we look within may be quite a surprise package. All those many good qualities tucked away under heavy layers of guilt. Today's reminder. Our greatest handicap is self-deception. We cannot recognize in ourselves the faults we criticize in others. Ooh, that is a big one. I'm going to underline that. We cannot recognize in ourselves the faults we criticize in others. If I could only foresee what an inspiring experience it is to search out the real me, I would not hesitate. The first step, after all, is to be completely honest in our search. Quote, if I knew what I was really like, chances are I'd like myself much better than I do. Wow. That quote in the end, it says, if I knew what I was really like, chances are I'd like myself much better than I do. I'm struggling with that because I'm growing still. I've had a lot of struggles in my mid-20s trying to find out who I was, and when I watch, like, you know, my memories, like, on social media, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Why did I say that? Why did I post that? And, I'm very, very embarrassed because I'm not the same person I was before recovery. I have been working at 12 steps a lot, been going to meetings, been talking to sponsors, and I'm very embarrassed at who I used to be. Or I mean, I wasn't really bad or anything, but yeah, I think in some, I don't know, um, I don't have a specific age group that I'm targeting at all for my audience, but I think whatever recovery is very classic. It relates to every age group. But honestly, from my personal experience, just my opinion is that my in my 20s is really when I have a lot of self-development. I have devoted myself to a lot of growth, and my brain's still growing and expanding. And I've struggled a lot, and I think that I'm realizing my worth a lot more. It says here, yet what we may find when you look within may be quite a surprise package. All those many good qualities tucked away under heavy layers of guilt. Yeah. It says, it is difficult because we're afraid we won't like what we see. And we may have misgivings about being able to change ourselves. I like how it says here, complete self-knowledge is impossible, but the looking within will open our eyes to so many possible improvements. Yep, that is the kind of person that I want to be, and I think that's the kind of person that I am turning into. So thank you all if you're still on this video, thank you so much for reading these readings with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope these readings really help. Please comment below if you find this reading helpful, or any insights and anything that might have helped you with this. Please hit subscribe. And yeah, Al-Anon is an anonymous organization. And if you like these readings, I encourage you to go to 12-step meetings. You can Google 12-step meetings. Hopefully there's one near you. Or even you can go to 12-step meetings over the phone. You can also Google that. I've been to several different 12-step meetings over the phone. It's like a real meeting, but it's a little bit more convenient if you're a commuter or if you have kids. Also get a sponsor. And yeah, working the steps and traditions and getting yourself familiarized to the program really helps with peace. And yeah, that's what this blog is for, to reach out. All right, thank you so much, and yeah, God bless. Bye.